Hey everyone, welcome to the Will Bear Show with Will Bear. I'm of course Will Bear.
I don't get the of course. I'm Mason Bear.
He's catching on. And this is now the 6th week of the 2023 season. We are kind of moving along
We
here.
are moving along.
For Eagle Eye Will Bear Show viewers, the Crosby jersey is still in frame. No need to worry. Just Mason's fat head takes up half the screen. So we had to improvise.
It's like Sputnik.
Sorry, I was a little mean. Not by me, just by you. You're a little harsh with me right now. Anyway, we got a great show planned for y'all. I'm sorry. Let's
Breaking character.
let's jump into the scores, shall we? All right. For our first game, would you like to lead us off?
I will lead us off. So our first game we had second in the league, Nini, Lightning Lady, against number 8 in the league, B3 Hooked on a Thielen. And Nini actually loses this game by a score of 164 to 113. And Nini, you had some big players on your bench, like Tony Pollard and Alvin Kamara, both with 17 on your bench. And not the worst game. You did put up 113, but it was a shellacking, to be sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was a beatdown, and we expected it to go the other way because Dad has had struggled to start off the year. But highest score of the week, 164 from the big guy. 6 of his players were over 20 points, and we're talking not limited to Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, AJ Brown. Also, both his defense and kicker went off. And major props for taking the Minnesota defense. He got ragged last week for going out to grab a defense, and this week
It worked.
it worked out for him. So well done, big guy, on that one.
Absolutely.
Let's go to our next game.
Next
We
game.
got number 6 Porter, Ingram Toenails, taking on number 5 Barry, the strongest of Wills. If it wasn't for Didi's impressive record, he would be the strongest
He
of
would
Wills.
be, except he isn't.
The Wills are kind of taking a hit this year, but thanks, Didi, for bringing the average up. We appreciate you. But Barry lived up to it this week. Big win, 148 to 101. Porter, rough week. Justin Fields and Deebo Samuel both got hurt. So I think combined he had a 5 points between those two players, which is just
That's not good.
not good. Big week from Tyreek Hill, though, with 28 points.
Absolutely. And for Barry, this was your highest score of the year. Good job. You are trending in the right direction.
Congrats, sir.
You got 22 out of Tua and Etienne each. So well done there. And you got 30 out of Amon-Ra St. Brown. So very well done there.
I'm loving Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Deserved.
He's
Yeah,
had an
'cause-
outstanding
yeah.
year.
A little biased on that one.
Why?
Never mind. Nothing.
Can't say I just like a guy. Okay. All right, next up we had 3rd-seeded Mom's Dixie Chicks taking on 7th-seeded my Raiders of the Lost Yard. And let me tell you, this game did not disappoint. You can lead us off. What was the score, first of all? We do need to know.
I think this game may need to be reviewed for cheating. But the score was Will's win, 117 to 104. Clearly, he paid off the refs or something, a little Tom Brady Deflategate, I don't know. But, Mom, with the injuries to your running back positions, you had to play the Cardinals' backup running back who was starting this week, and he got you 2 points. Unfortunate. Kirk Cousins got you 9. Just not a wonderful week there for you.
Yeah, and I agree. And once again, led by the grittiest receiver in the entire league, Cooper Kupp with 28. Kyron Williams had 22. And a big boost to my team. Eckler returned from injury. 10 in his debut back. Not great, but still good to have him back in the lineup. Onward and upward. I don't know how we can go any
Last
more
game of the
upward
week.
after that, but our
All right.
final game was number 4, Mason's Ray Rice Elevator Service, taking on number 1, Didi's Yellowstone Bisons. Final score, Mason 115, Didi 133, and it's a big victory for Didi. And I'm sorry you were on the
It
losing
is.
end.
It's really a surprise. Very, very surprising to be sure. You know, my juggernaut of a team isn't one that's easily trifled with.
Yeah, it was a surprise, really, to see the undefeated Yellowstone Bisons have their way with Mason's team without their star player. That was a surprise, a shocker. Agreed.
So good game, Didi. You got another big game out of Thielen. Mostert, of course, especially without A-Chain in the lineup, Mostert went off.
He did.
But McCaffrey had an injury, but I think he should be fine moving forward.
Yeah.
I think that's the...
I don't know what the MRI has said back on him yet, but I don't think it's too serious, which is good news.
Dodged a missile there.
Yeah.
So.
And actually, I have one thing to say about your team. Despite missing Justin Jefferson, who was on IR, all of your receivers were over 17 points. So...
Just superior drafting, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you may want to look at your other positions.
We're not going to worry about that. You know.
Well, there you have it, folks. Our winners for the week were the big guy, Barry, me, and Didi. So all
the Wills.
All the Wills won this week. It was a good week. Let's go to the award section, shall we? All right. We're off to the award section.
Here we are.
Definitely our first take.
Definitely.
So first off is the Golden Chainsaw, the MVP of the week for, cutting down the competition. And while Dad was in the running for this award this week, he had 164 points, highest score of the week. I'm giving this out to Barry for the first time in his fantasy football career as a manager. Golden Chainsaw, Barry.
Well done, Barry.
You had your best week of the entire year with 148 points. And it was an impressive 50-point victory over Porter Ward. And you're now on a 2-game win streak. Things are looking up for you, Barry. Congratulations, sir.
Mm-hmm. And on the other end of the spectrum, we have the Vacuum Award, which honestly is a surprise for this award to go to a top team. But the Vacuum Award this week goes to Nini. You had Kamara, a star performance on the bench, and you lost by 50 points to B3. Who to this point has only had one victory. So,
and now we have to hear him for a whole week.
Yeah,
thanks to you.
That's kind of an issue right there.
So that now makes the two teams to have lost to the big guy, her and
I don't recall anybody else.
Oh, okay, that's weird. All right, anyway, moving on. We have Insightful Foresight, and that goes to the big guy. I got to show some respect there. He was 4 points away from having the perfect lineup. You went out and grabbed Minnesota's defense, who was playing Justin Fields in Chicago. 22 points. Congrats, Dad. Outstanding job. Insightful Foresight.
Actually, good thought there, too, because Fields, for the last couple weeks, has been going very, very well against defenses, and you saw that poor performance coming in.
I agree.
And then the Cond Award, we have Porter, who... What? Oh, sorry. Nothing. Sorry.
Oh.
Porter, you lost your quarterback and your wide receiver one to injury this week. Just very unfortunate. And when that happens, you're just not going to win.
I agree. And let me just say this. He was playing... I think he's lucky, honestly, that both of those players got hurt because the final score was 101 to 148. I don't know if he had a chance to win that game. So Porter, even if they had played, I think you still take the L. So
you're just trashing them, man. We haven't had the Cond Award, not the Trashed Award.
We need a turnaround, Porter, and fast. You're now 2-4, which is tied with my team. Like, you need to get it together and fast.
You don't want to be tied with Will's team.
What's your record again?
Definitely like 8-0.
That's what I thought. AP poll now, the 6th edition, shall I say. And at number 1 comes no surprise.
Number 1 is Didi. Lucky win this week, definitely. But you deserve the number 1 spot on the awesome performance poll because you have in fact played awesome.
I agree. Our lone undefeated team.
He's still undefeated at this
Who
point.
is going to be the first one to knock him off?
We'll see. Not me, apparently. But with number 2, we have Nini.
Nini's our sole 4-2 team. Stays at number 2 despite a pretty critical loss this
recent
week.
struggle.
But still, your past performances have been great, and I expect this is just a lone hiccup in what should be a successful season.
Absolutely.
Number 3, we have Mom sitting at 3-3. Stays at number 3 overall. I mean, she had a good week this past week. Took a loss, but still, good week.
Yeah, good week. Number 4, we have Barry moving up the charts. Now he's at 3-3 now, and he has been playing very good recently, which is a scary team to look forward to.
I agree. 5th overall. I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but our highest ranked 2 and 4 team is the big guy, and he is number 5, up from the 8 spot. So our highest climber of the week, and he's somehow number 5.
That's tragic.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, we have one of our other 2 and 4 teams. We have Will, just up 1 spot this week, but all these teams are 2 and 4. This is down here in the trash section where we reside.
Yeah, well, the more Cooper Cup continues to play, I expect my team to just keep climbing the polls.
All right. And just below Will is me and my sorry team, who has been constantly dropping through the past few weeks. Just poor performance.
I think the goal for Mason's team is honestly, and I mean this sincerely, is to steal a game or 2 with Jefferson on IR. I expect this to be a downturn for the team, but I expect him to turn it around once Jefferson gets back. And I think maybe to be able to steal a game or 2 here while he's on IR, I think that would be huge in the long run.
It would.
And finally, at number 8, we have Porter, who has had an abysmal past couple of weeks, and we need a turnaround quick.
We need one. Yeah.
Yep. And that brings us to our games happening next
week.
So we actually have some pretty good ones for you next week. I know I say that all the time, but I think we got some good ones, except for this one. Number 8 Porter takes on number 3 Mom, and honestly, Mom, you should beat him by 40. And that is not even an exaggeration.
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't know Porter had taken the new B3 role. Next week, the other game, we have 2 bottom tier teams, but it is number 6 Will against number 7 Mason. So I know Will said I need to steal a game, but I don't really know if it'd be stealing if I won that one. We'll see.
Well, the line's right now at 18.5 points in favor of Will, so I agree. He will definitely have to steal one. So there's that. Next up is number 1 Didi, and he heads on to play red hot number 5, the big guy. And I see this one being a shootout. Honestly, I don't know what the status is for McCaffrey, but I think he plays a huge role into the outcome of this game coming up.
Absolutely. And then finally for next week, we have number 4 Barry against number 2 Nini. This should also be a very interesting matchup. Mm-hmm. Nini started the season as hot as anyone and has since played sorry. And for the last couple of weeks, she has not played too great. Barry, on the other hand, started slow and has been playing fantastic last couple of weeks. So we will see these two clash.
I agree. Yeah, should be an exciting next week in football. Speaking of which, I'm excited to play you for the first time this season. I think it'll be a good matchup.
I don't,
Yeah, you're probably right. My team does have a lot of strength. Oh, I need to pack a It's going to be like you're the Penguins and I'm the Blackhawks. It's just another home loss for you. Oh my gosh. But I think that should about wrap us up for the Will Hebert Show with Will Hebert. I'm Will Hebert. And
I get to say my name this time?
Yeah.
And I'm Mason Hebert.
Honestly, you may have earned the of course by now. I think you've been promoted.
I'm sorry.
Cut the camera off. It's my show. He will never get of course.
Thank you.
No.
Of course.
No. This is the Will Hebert Show. Okay, bye. I'm not giving this award to Dad, although he did have an impressive week. I'm giving this out to Barry.
Screw you, Dad.
Yeah. If you can't beat my sorry ass team, I mean,
This might need to be cut.
you don't take all the chains.